In this module, we are going to look at the signs of addiction. This is not an exhaustive list, but these are the 11 most common signs of addiction. The first is mood swings. An individual has abrupt change in their mood, which increases over time and can result in outbursts, personality changes, and dynamic shifts in behavior. Second sign of addiction is tolerance. Addicted individuals develop a tolerance for their drug of choice, and in order for them to have the same effect, over time they have to not only increase the dosage of that drug, but also the frequency of which they take it. Now, when I use the word drug, it doesn't have to mean alcohol or a substance. As we discussed in the previous module, a drug can be shopping, work, sex, or even electronics. Third sign of addiction is withdrawal symptoms. When someone tries to stop taking the drug they're addicted to, they usually experience withdrawal symptoms. These symptoms can be physiological, behavioral, or even spiritual. These symptoms include sweating, hot or cold flashes, itching of the skin, paranoia, sleep deprivation, mood swings, and aches and pains of the body. Support is critical for victims of addiction who are going through withdrawal, and some require medication to help them with the transition. The next sign of addiction is a change in appearance. Drugs can dramatically change a person's appearance, even if the drug of choice is work or, say, shopping. Because the individual is not doing self-care, they may gain or lose weight, always look tired, or experience heart issues, and see a change in their hair, teeth, skin, or vision. A fifth sign of addiction is the lack of self-care. Because the addiction consumes an addict's time, self-care is one of the first things to go. An individual stops having good hygiene, skips meals, cancels normal social engagements, doctor's appointments, and other events that promote a healthy lifestyle. A sixth sign is spiritual decline. At the root of all brokenness is a severed relationship with the Father. An individual who is battling an addiction will see a spiritual decline in the time that they spend with the Father, attending church services, or even being plugged into healthy relationships. Seventh sign is irresponsibility. One of the signs of an addict is they begin to neglect their responsibilities. They stop showing up for school or work, doing their homework or chores, and fail to attend appointments or dates, even with friends and family. An eighth sign is financial issues. Spending large amounts of money or money missing can be indicators of an addiction. Addicts will burn bridges with family and friends who will loan them gas money or money to pay their mortgage or rent. Addicts will max out credit cards, sell personal belongings, and even borrow or steal money in order to pay for their addiction. A ninth sign of addicts is unhealthy friendships. Addiction deteriorates healthy friendships, but also attracts unhealthy relationships. They will spend time with people that they didn't have before and suddenly introduce you to another friend. The 10th sign of addiction is isolation. The longer an addiction goes on, the more an addict will try to isolate themselves or stop seeking out healthy relationships. They become paranoid of others, what they will think, going to work, school, or even to the grocery store. Their words and actions become erratic. The 11th sign of an addict is unsuccessful attempts to stop. Individuals battling addiction may say that they can stop at any time. When they try to stop, they often exhibit behaviors typical with losing control. They may have short periods of sobriety, but often fall back into addiction. The more times they try and fail, the more they feel like a failure and want to give up. This is why getting an individual who is struggling with an addiction the right help early on is critical. As we discussed in the last module, addiction affects people differently, and thus their treatment needs to be specific to them. Not all professionals have the same training nor the same tools at their exposure. It is my personal opinion that an individual's treatment must consider their physical and neurological makeup, as well as the emotional, behavioral, and spiritual factors contributing to their addiction. Let's see what you learned in this module.